everybody, this is Sarah, and today we are going to go over some foam rolling techniques. But before we go into the techniques, I'd like to show you the foam rollers that are out on the market. As you can see here, they range in texture and size. These two down here are probably your more aggressive foam rollers. These I do not recommend for your average person. I personally, they're a little too aggressive for me. But if you were really tight, or maybe recommended by your physical therapist, these may be for you, but not your average person should probably be using these as they're a little bit more aggressive. These two here in the middle are firm, and this one does have some texture to it, but as you can see, it's not as aggressive as this is. These parts stick out, but this just has a slight texture to it, where this one is smooth. These two are taller, which I like the length of, because as you see when we were doing our demonstrations, that you have more room to move, particularly in your longer, if you need a more wide space when we're doing foam rolling. The long ones I think come in handy. And then in terms of firmness, I prefer this one. This one is softer, it's more spongy, but to me, if you're foam rolling, and particularly frequently, I feel like you would want something more firm because it will last a little bit longer. Being that this is already soft and has more give over time, you're kind of breaking in your foam roller, and I think this would last a little bit longer. And you can apply the much needed pressure to your foam roller. So I would suggest, for me, I like going to the firm.
Hello, I'm going to give you some foam rolling tips that you can do for someone that has some lower back issues. Me, myself, I do have lower back issues, so I totally understand. So let's take a look. You want to sit down. What you want to do is you want to make sure that that foam roller is here versus right in that little crevice. Okay, so you're going to get on just like this and roll all the way down. You want to stop about right here. Do not go any further than here and come all the way up. You can actually push your feet down into the floor to add more pressure. Come all the way up and then take it down. Again, nice and slow. The slower you go, the better. Come down here. Apply pressure. And when you feel as though you can't take that pain, it's kind of radiating, you want to keep it slow. All the way back, stop right where it is feeling really yummy, and let it radiate. Basically, you're letting it stay there until you can't stand it anymore. And take it back some more, so about right there, and roll up again. If you want to hit the upper back a little more, you can raise the butt up just a little bit and come here, all the way up to right about the shoulders, and take it back. Here and here. Full and in. The best thing to do after this is to go home and ice it. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to stretch that, or to roll that lat oblique area right in here. So you want to have a seat. You want to raise the hand up. Come here. Raise up. And roll. Right on the sides. To apply more pressure, just raise the butt up and down and up. Right here and back. All the way down as low as you can get it. Remember, you can apply pressure by pushing down. Make that radiate. Hold it for a couple of seconds and continue to move. Then you want to come up and do the other side.
Hi everybody, I'm going to show you how to stretch your lower body Me personally, I tend to be very tight in my quads, so I'm gonna show you how to roll your quads. Similar to what Charlene said, if you watch the lower back, and you don't wanna get on your knee joint, so you wanna stick between this range to this range. I'm gonna show you different ways to foam roll your quads. Trust and believe when I say sometimes when you find you're rolling and you feel like you're sweating, depending on how tight you are, it may happen. It feels like a workout sometimes, but it feels good after. All right, so I'm gonna lay down, okay? I'm gonna have it just above my knee, all right? And then I'm gonna apply pressure. Now you can apply as much pressure as you need. So I have my foot down on the mat, and I'm just gonna roll back and forth. Try to relax the shoulders. Don't try to be tight on your shoulders. I know, and if you find that right spot, you may feel tense in the shoulder. We don't want to tense up the shoulder, especially after you foam rolled your back. So you're just gonna rock back and forth, and then to get more of that the side quad, you do want to face it this way. Again, avoiding getting on that joint, the knee joint, coming here, and you're just rolling it back and forth. Get right just above that knee. And if you need more pressure, you can raise that leg up. Find that sweet spot. Just hold it there for a few seconds. Roll it back and forth. And then you'll want to repeat on the other side. All right, so now we just rolled our quads, but now we need our glutes and hamstrings. And for those with lower back pain, sometimes it is a result of having tight hamstrings. So this will help you if you do also suffer from lower back pains, like Charlene. So this you can just kind of sit on and kind of rock back and forth, getting that glute muscle right here, your main glute muscle rocking back and forth. You can also tilt a little bit to the side here, you know, getting in that hip area. Sometimes we tend to be tight here, so just rolling it back and forth on both sides. You'll want to do both sides on this. And then, for hamstrings, you know, apply, again, this is probably a less intense, using both, having both legs rolling back and forth. But if you need more intensity, raise that leg up and go back and forth. Sometimes I like to rotate too, because again, you know, our hamstring and glutes aren't just straight down, but there's different components to it. So see if I'll put my toe out for a little bit, kind of get a little bit on the outside. You can also kind of roll it a little bit on the inside slightly, and roll back and forth so you can get different angles of your leg. Same thing with the quad. And again, making sure that you repeat on both sides. All right, so in addition, so we just went over some foam rolling techniques, but some other things that come in handy, if you have a tennis ball around your house or a lacrosse ball, sometimes, you know, a lot of, especially if we're working at home or we stress, we tend to get tight in our traps, which are the muscle groups right here, okay? And that's a lot of times because we just carry a lot of our stress there. Maybe our shoulders are coming up to our ears. We just tend to be tense in those areas. So these will be helpful for that. The tennis ball is more soft and spongy, and this is more firm. Again, I usually like to apply use the firm choice, because you can choose the amount of pressure that you put on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this against the wall, okay? And I'm going to lean against it, and I'm going to kind of roll into that and kind of get around that scapula right in there. You're going to find that spot, and notice I can apply as much pressure as I need. You don't want to really focus too much on your spine. As you can see, as I rotate it from side to side, don't apply that pressure, just keep it slight until you get to the other side. So you don't want to put that pressure on your spine. So just get around the scapula, maybe around your neck if you need around your neck. Come a little bit lower, get into that shoulder. See here, I can kind of get in. Oops, stop my hair getting in the way. Right in there. Do little circle motions, and it feels really good. So these are also come in handy, and you can keep them in your office. So I hope these tips will help you, and we can't wait to see you when we get back.